Are you bored? Scratch that. I know you're bored. 2024 summer for Roblox games has been honestly really bad. There's been no new games that have come out of significance, and the already existing games on the platform, well, let's just say they can get boring. So that's why today I've gone out of my way to list you guys 60 Roblox games to play when you're bored. And I guarantee you haven't heard of at least 5 of these games. So before we get into this, do me a huge favor, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's get straight into it. Starting this off with a really interesting one, Shonen Smash. Now this game is actually meant to come out today, Saturday. So as you're seeing this video, it's either about to come out or is going to come out. Shonen Smash is, in simpler terms, the Roblox anime version of Super Smash Bros. You're going to be using a bunch of cool anime characters and video game characters to defeat your opponents and knock them out the stage. It is a platform fighter, and I'm not going to lie to you, it looks pretty crazy. I do recommend you guys check it out. Links for every game will be in the description. For number 2, we have Anime Card Battle, which is a bit of a weird, interesting one. It's basically like Souls RNG, but you're collecting anime characters like cards, and you can battle them, which is a super interesting twist to everything. Now, Anime Card Battle is a pretty new game, and it averages over 20,000 concurrent players. I'm not too sure what else to say about it. You guys should definitely check it out. For number 3, we have Scorched Earth. Now, Scorched Earth is a hardcore World War II sandbox first-person shooter game, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I really enjoy this one personally. Hop in game, select a weapon, you're even able to customize the weapon's attachments. Hop in and start shooting your opponents. The guns feel satisfying, the recoil controls definitely satisfying, and the game is super interesting. You can dig trenches and you can build cover for yourself and your teammates. Scorched Earth averages over 1,000 players, and I definitely recommend this one for you. For number 4, we have Deep Woken. Now, Deep Woken is a pretty hard game. You hop in game, create your character, and you hop in the world where you kind of need to master everything yourself. However, recently they added a tutorial to make it easier for new players to get into the game. And yes, it is a permadeath game, but the game's combat system, abilities, and even the progression is super unique, and it's one of the most well-made games on the Roblox platform. Deep Woken averages 15,000 players concurrently, but it is paid access. 400 Robux in order to play the game. If you don't mind spending a little bit of cash, Deep Woken might actually be a really good game for you to get into. For number 5, we have Type Soul. Now, Type Soul's been going through a lot of weird things lately. However, that doesn't take away from the game actually being pretty good. Type Soul is a Roblox anime Bleach game where you hop in and do exactly what you do in every other Bleach game. Progress to max level and fight people. But the combat system is actually pretty entertaining to a certain degree. And if you've never played it before, it is actually a pretty decent game. Type Soul is free to play, and it averages over 20,000 concurrent players. For number 6, we have Pressure. Now, Pressure actually kind of works how Doors works. You go through a bunch of different rooms with similar enemies, and obviously when you get to room 100 you clear it. But there's a bunch of different mechanics and features in Pressure that Doors definitely doesn't have, and you gotta beware of more things than just monsters. Pressure is actually really fun, and you could play with up to 50 different people, even though it's a game park. Pressure averages around 20 to 25k plus concurrent players, and I do recommend playing this with a group of people. It makes it even more fun. For number 7, we have Blackout Revival. Now, initially you can play Blackout Revival for free. Its tutorial mode shows you how to play, the mechanics, the features, the gunplay, and I'm not gonna lie, it's very good. But right after the tutorial, it makes you pay 250 Robux in order to actually gain full access to the game. Now, whilst Blackout Revival is kind of worth the money, I don't really want to spend Robux on this game, which is probably why this game only averages about 400 concurrent players. Blackout Revival is actually a really well made game, just locked behind a paywall, which is super unfortunate. But if you have the extra funds, or even if you don't and you want to try out the tutorial, you can do that. For number 8, we have Grandu Pisu Online, and Grand Piece Online is a One Piece inspired game. Now this game's a little bit personal to me because it's the reason this channel is here, but Grand Piece Online is your standard Roblox Roblox anime One Piece game, but it has really good visuals and the combat system is a little bit better than the rest of them. Honestly, I think you should give it a try. It is fully free to play, so you can hop right in right now. Grand Prix Online averages around 15,000 concurrent players a day, and it's on mobile as well as PC, so everyone can play it. For number 9, we have Airship Assault. Now, Airship Assault is a World War II team deathmatch oriented game that focuses on aerial combat. You can choose what side you want to play on, hop on planes, or guide and navigate your airship to the enemy's airship and start attacking each other. Honestly, you have the most fun in this game when you're playing with large groups of friends. Airship Assault's honestly a very fun game, really well made, and Airship Assault has an average player count of 500 concurrent players. For number 10, we have Blox Tales. Now, Blox Tales is actually a really fun game that was created this year. It's basically a multiplayer turn-based RPG game, and it's inspired by Paper Mario and Earthbound. And you can also play Blox Tales on PC, mobile, and console. Blox Tales averages about 1,000 concurrent players, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is really fun. I do recommend trying it out. For number 11, we have Anime Switch. Anime Switch is a 2.5D instance-based anime hack and slash. Basically, you will use different anime characters to defeat mobs in different levels and gain different abilities and unlock more mobs. For number 12, we have Rivals. Now, Rivals is an intense arena FPS game where you can take on players in 1v1 duels or 5v5 duels. This game's actually really fast paced and it's available on all platforms. Rivals is actually one of those interesting first-person shooters that you wouldn't expect to like, but it gets really competitive. Rivals averages 50,000 concurrent players. Definitely give it a try. Now for number 13, we have Nameless Souls. Now Nameless Souls is a Souls-like inspired game. You hop in with your character and you need to defeat a boss. And just like Dark Souls, you gotta dodge and hit your attacks in order to defeat your enemy. It's actually a pretty well made game, looks pretty high quality. Nameless Souls actually only averages 1 player concurrently, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a good game and I do recommend you give it a try. For number 14, we have Rush Point. Now, in simpler terms, without expanding this part very long, Rush Point is basically Valorant, Roblox Valorant. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty good. Very entertaining if you're playing with friends, especially. Now Rush Point has an active 100 players and you can only play on PC. But I definitely recommend you guys give it a try. It's actually pretty entertaining. For number 15, we have the perfect party game, Word Bomb. Now Word Bomb, you hop in game and you need to type out the words before the bomb goes off. I definitely recommend playing this with friends. It is the most fun experience with friends, but you can hop in a normal server and try the game out. Word Bomb averages about 200 to 300 players concurrently, but that doesn't matter. Word Bomb is genuinely fun. For number 16, we have Track and Field. Now Track and Field is exactly what you would expect it to be. You compete on a bunch of different track and field events. Hurdles, 100 meters, 200 meters, 300 meters, 400 meters. There's no 300 meters. I do recommend playing this game with friends because it is the most fun. However, you can hop in a normal server and enjoy the game as well. Track and Field averages over 1,000 players concurrently, and you should definitely check this one out too. For number 17, we have Stars Align engine demo. Now Stars Align is really fun. The best thing I can compare it to is Super Mario 64, just with a little bit of differences. Now this is a pretty challenging platformer game that you need to go through. I honestly recommend everyone playing this game. It is actually very entertaining and some of the challenges are gonna make you want to come back and complete them. Starline only averages about 20 players concurrently, but that doesn't even matter. You should definitely check this one out. For number 18, we have the most popular game on the Roblox platform right now, Blox Fruit. Now Blox Fruits is a One Piece inspired game, but it's actually pretty old. You guys should know what Blox Fruits is. You get your Blox Fruits, you go from island to island leveling up, and there's a bunch of levels to go through. Blox Fruits is free to play, very easy to get into, and can be entertaining if it's your first time actually trying a game like this. So if you've never tried it, you may as well. Blox Fruits is free to play and you can play on mobile and PC. Pretty sure you can play on console too, but don't quote. For number 19, we have Project Smash. Now Project Smash is a fighting game where you hop in with different different classes that grant you different abilities. The higher your percentages once you're getting hit or taking damage, the further off the map you get knocked off. Project Smash is a very entertaining game to get into. You can hop in the main game and fight with a bunch of people on a map, or you can go in the arena ranked mode and fight people 1v1 or 2v2. I do recommend Project Smash. It's very entertaining and very unique. Project Smash averages 2,000 players concurrently, and you can also play this game on console. For number 19, we have Zou Samurai Sword Fighting. Zou is essentially a samurai fighting game where you face opponents through fierce combat. And if you explore the map, you're actually able to find weapons that you can use to fight people with. Zou Samurai averages about 1.5 concurrent players. Hop in the game and start killing people. For number 21, we have Realm Rampage. Now, Realm Rampage is a recent game that came out, and it's a battlegrounds game, and it had a really popular release. But is there honestly much to say here? It's an actually pretty high quality battlegrounds game that took inspiration from Jujutsu Shenanigans. Realm Rampage averages over 20,000 players concurrently, and you should definitely give it a try if battlegrounds games is your thing. For number 22, we have Demon Hunter. Now, Demon Hunter is a Roblox anime Demon Slayer game. However, not everybody has access to the game. The reason why this game is on the list is because it's honestly very easy to get access to this game. All you have to do is go on the Discord server and try get into one of the giveaways that they host weekly, or stay tuned for people like me and other Roblox anime creators, because when they make videos on Demon Hunter, they usually give away slots for free. Demon Hunter is a hardcore Demon Slayer game where you can pick to become a Slayer or a demon with not much hand holding, but the combat is pretty hardcore and entertaining. Demon Hunter currently averages about over 300 players, and you can only play it on PC. For number 23, we have Tower Defense X. Now, in my opinion, Tower Defense X is definitely one of the more well-made tower defense games on the Roblox platform. Utilize air, land, and sea units in order to defend your base against a wave of enemy attacks. Make sure you destroy them before they get to your towers. Anime Defense X averages over 4,000 concurrent players. Next up, we have Booga Booga Reborn. Now, Booga Booga is a open world survival game where you can explore caves, gather resources, and attack other tribes. And that's pretty much all there is to it, but it's actually very entertaining and very fun. You can also capture and collect animals too. Now, Booga Booga averages over 3,000 concurrent players, and I do recommend trying this one out with friends, especially because it's super entertaining. For number 25, we have Shindo Life 2. Now, Shindo Life 2 has been here for a while, and it is a Naruto inspired game that's had a lot of switch up and hiccups over the year, but the game is still going strong with 8,000 concurrent players. This game gets updated pretty regularly, and there's a bunch of codes, so you can get whatever you want whenever you want it. But if you've never played Shindo Life 2, definitely recommend it. For number 26, we have One Fruit. Now, One Fruit is a One Piece inspired game, and it works more like a simulator than it does to your normal Roblox One Piece anime game does, but it's all technically the same thing. One Fruit averages over 15,000 concurrent players, and give it a try if you've never played. For number 27, we have a Universal Time, aka AUT. Now, AUT, you can explore, fight, and progress the vast universe with different characters and abilities from dozens of different anime series and TV series. Level up your abilities and fight different bosses across the overworld. And there's a bunch of different game modes you can participate in, like ranked 1v1s, etc. Universal Time, or AUT, averages over 15,000 concurrent players, and it's actually very entertaining. Very grindy though, but very fun. For number 28, we have Anime Last Stand. Anime Last Stand is a tower defense game that you summon Roblox anime characters in order to defend your towers or your base. Now, this one's really popular. The visuals are really cool and very satisfying, which is most likely why it averages 40,000 concurrent players. They update and drop codes very frequently, so you should definitely check it out. For number 29, we have A Dusty Trip. Now, although I've never played this game myself, I've heard how fun it is firsthand, and through the 25,000 concurrent players that are playing it. You're gonna embark on a journey through a vast desert that has a lot of landscapes where the road stretches endlessly before you. You're going to be using a bunch of different vehicles in order to traverse a desert, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty entertaining from what I've heard and seen. You should definitely give a Dusty Trip a try. For number 30, we have Chained Together, and you can play up to 4 players with this game on mobile, PC, and console. Chained Together is inspired by the Steam game Chained, where you have to go upwards chained with your friends. That's essentially it. You reach the top and you win. In 31, we have Baddies. Beat other people up, hang out, and get money. It's essentially a role-playing game, and there's a bunch of Roblox e-kiddies beating each other up. Honestly, I don't know how to describe this game in a good light, but it's very popular with 36,000 concurrent players. Give it a try if you've not tried it. You may become one of the 30,000 people who enjoy this game. For 32, we have War Machine. Now, War Machines is a really interesting and fun game. Basically, you get to use all of Tony Stark's Iron Man suits. Some of them have different functions and different abilities. Some of them fly faster than others, etc. And you could basically get to fly around, take on missions, and defeat other players and NPCs using Tony Stark's different Iron Man suits. That's the game. It's pretty fun. War Machines averages 4,000 plus concurrent players. Give it a try. For 33, we have Vesteria. Now, Vesteria is a MMORPG Roblox game and is actually quite detailed. Now, I won't lie, I used to be the biggest fan of this game until they changed it up a little bit and added a stupid stamina system. And they kind of revamped everyone's weapons and classes, etc. Anyways, Vesteria is actually a really good MMORPG that doesn't actually get a lot of credit. I genuinely recommend you guys try this game out. You will definitely like it if you're into MMORPG like games. Vesteria averages over 1,000 players and it's free to play. Definitely recommend it. For 34, we have a classic, Blade Ball. Now, playing this with friends or alone, it honestly doesn't even matter. Blade Ball is always going to be very fun. Now, mind you, the developers got a little bit money hungry and added a bunch of microtransactions, but the game is still beautiful. Very fun to play when bored, alone, with friends. Blade Ball is super competitive and super fun. I do recommend giving it a try if you've never played it before. Blade Ball averages about 50,000 concurrent players, and you can play it on mobile and PC. I think console too, don't quote me. For number 35, we have Anime Defenders. As the title suggests, it is a tower defense game with Roblox anime characters. Now, this game is super popular, averaging over 170,000 concurrent players. Anime Defenders is very, and I mean very popular, with the high quality visuals from when you're playing your units to even when you're summoning them. Anime Defenders has something that has drawn everybody close to the game. Me personally, I've never actually played it, but tower defense players are in love with this game. So join the rest of the people who play it. For number 36, we have Your Bizarre Adventure, aka YBA. Now, YBA is a JoJo inspired game where you summon stands in order to help you fight and progress through the story. Now, after you've progressed through the story with the stand of your choosing, well, it's completely RNG, so you don't really get to choose. Good luck. You can participate in different game modes, ranked 1v1s, etc. in order to defeat and compete against other players. For number 37, we have Valor. And Valor is a first-person shooter zombie game that takes inspiration from the Call of Duty series. Now, this game is actually pretty good. The gunplay, the shooting, etc. Survive waves of hordes of different zombies, pack a punch, and test how long you and your friends can survive together. Valor is available on Xbox. Valor is available on console, mobile, and PC. With number 38, we have one of the more well-made battleground games on the Roblox platform, Jujutsu Shenanigans. Hop in with your favorite JJK characters and beat people up. But this game's pretty fun. There's destructible buildings, smashing people on the underground, knocking people off the map is super entertaining in this game, and no two fights will ever be the same. Jujutsu Shenanigans averages about 40,000 concurrent players. You should know exactly why it does that, because it's fun. With number 39, we have Bladers Rebirth. And Bladers Rebirth is a Beyblade Roblox anime game where essentially you get spinning tops that you are able to customize, switch between different parts in order to make stronger, and you battle them against different players or NPCs. As you progress through the game, you do get stronger, and you can afford to get stronger parts and replace your current blade. This game, especially if you're a Blade fan, is super fun and entertaining to play for a couple hours a day. Blade's Rebirth averages over 1,000 concurrent players, and I definitely recommend giving this one a try. With number 40, we are talking about Voxel Blade. Voxel Blade is an RPG game where you upgrade a simple sword and you can evolve it into amazing different weapons. There's so many different build paths you can do in Voxel Blade. The possibility is endless, and you can make endless amounts of different builds, and that's what makes Voxel Blade so fun. It is definitely not linear, and there's actually a lot to do now because Voxel Blade, well, updates pretty slowly, but it's still a very good game. I know I used to be addicted to it. Voxel Blade sadly only averages about 200 to 300 players, but it's still getting worked on actively, and there's a bunch more content coming to the game. Definitely recommend playing this. For 41, we have Arcane Odyssey. Now, Arcane Odyssey is one of the more well-made games on the Roblox platform as well, where you're going to be able to embark on a serious epic journey across the war seas. You can take part in conflicts in different kingdoms and organizations that are striving for power. When you go out to sea, you are able to actually buy, customize, and battle with your ships. It has immersive and this game also has an immersive story that you can play through at your own pace. You can create different builds, whether you want to be a sword, whether you want to main your weapons, main magic, or have a mix between the two. There's so much different builds and customization that you can do in Arcane Odyssey. There's honestly so much to this game. It gets updated consistently too. Arcane Odyssey averages over 1,000 players concurrently, and I definitely think you will like this one if you've never played it. For 42, we have Main Character Arena, which is a Battlegrounds game that has different anime characters in it. You can decide to play this game on PC, mobile, or console. You hop in the game and you're able to use different characters' abilities, stack them together in order to defeat your opponents. And there's also destructible environment. The game is actually pretty high quality, and the combat feels different from the rest of the Battlegrounds games on this platform. Main Character Arena is a fairly new game that just came out, and it only averages about 400 concurrent players. But if you've never played this before and you're bored, I do say give it a try, see if it's your cup of tea. For number 43, we have Tales of Tenerio. And Tales of Tenerio is basically a Pokemon inspired game. However, they have their own Pokemon, which in this game are called Tenerian. You're able to pick your starter, battle your starter with other Pokemons, capture and obtain different Tenerios, and trade your Tenerios too. Tales of Tenerio only averages about 100 to 200 players concurrently, but the only reason it's so low is because of how long the game takes to update. But it's definitely a fun game, and I do recommend you trying it out yourself. For game number 44, we have Arcane Lineage. Now, Arcane Lineage is a hardcore turn-based combat game where you can specialize into different classes and power up through different battles. There's a lot of different biomes that you can travel to with a bunch of different mobs that you need to defeat. No two mobs work the same, and there's always going to be strategic things that you need to take part in order to conquer your foes. You can play this game with friends, which I recommend, it's more fun, or you could take the game on alone, but remember, it's hardcore. You don't want to die too much. Arcane Lineage averages about 300 to 400 players concurrently, and you can play on your mobile. For game number 45, we have Phantom Forces. Now, Phantom Forces is a first-person shooter game where you can pick any gun you want for a different class and fully customize it with different attachments, etc. Hop in game and kill other people. Think of it like a mix between Call of Duty and Battlefield. Phantom Forces is a very classic shooter, and in my opinion, one of the best on the platform if you want to stick to originality when it comes to FPS games. Phantom Forces averages about 4,000 concurrent players, and you are able to play it on mobile and console. For game number 46, we have Dragon Soul. Now, Dragon Soul is a Dragon Ball Z inspired game that's honestly pretty linear. You hop in game, you do a bunch of quests and defeat NPCs, and you are able to get different Dragon Ball Z abilities to work with. Eventually, once you start getting max level or towards max level, you can take part in different game modes where you can fight other players. Dragon Soul averages over 3,000 players concurrently, and yeah, you should definitely give it a try. With number 47 on the list, we have Fighting. And Fighting, in easier terms, is basically just Overwatch 2. Fighting is a class-based third-person shooter that has a bunch of different maps and over 14 playable characters to choose between. You hop in with a team of 5 and compete in different mini game modes against the enemy team. It's honestly very fun and very unique and super well made. If you play with a bunch of friends, you're definitely going to enjoy your time. Fighting averages about 600 players concurrently, and you definitely don't want to not play. With number 48, we have Backstretch Battle, and I'm not gonna lie, this is the perfect party game to play with your friend. Backstretch is basically just NASCAR, but you're racing in essentially a straight line, competing to see who gets first. Playing this with as much people as possible in the server is the funnest thing ever. Messing up your friends, making your friends spin out in a race is so fun and entertaining. The simple things are the better things in life. Backstretch averages about 400 players concurrently, and you can play it on PC. With number 49, we have Criminality. And Criminality is basically a free roaming fighting game. Hop in the world, find money, beat people up, take weapons, find weapons, buy weapons, beat people up. There's also a bunch of different secret areas that you can find and discover. Some of them may have a lot of money, some of them may have a bunch of different weapons. Break, steal, and immerse yourself in fully being a criminal. Criminality averages over 2,000 players concurrently, and I definitely recommend playing it. Number 50, we have Heaven's Arena. And Heaven's Arena is an anime battle arena game that actually has a bunch of different characters from a bunch of different anime. I mean, it even has Kagurabachi, and that hasn't even been animated yet. Literally, as the game describes, you're going to be running around with different anime characters, defeating opponents in 1v1 game modes, ranked, or just hop in an arena with a bunch of different people and beat them up too. Heaven's Arena only averages about 200 players concurrently. With game number 51, we have the king of anime battle arena games, ABA. And ABA is an anime battle arena with a bunch of Roblox anime characters. Nothing more needs to be said. ABA averages 4,000 concurrent players, and you can play on console. With number 52, we have Pizza Game. Really bad name, but the game's actually pretty entertaining. It's a first-person shooter where you go around shooting stuff, literally. I honestly highly recommend everybody give this game a try. It's pretty cool. But remember, the game is actually unfinished. It's not a complete game yet, but the game is updated frequently. The game only has a concurrent player count of about 30 players, but I mainly believe that's because not a lot of people know about the game. Game number 54, we have Gym League, and Gym League is literally just a muscle simulator. You're just getting buffed by lifting weights and things of that nature. Easiest way to put it. Gym League averages about 20,000 concurrent players plus, and enjoy making your muscle. With game number 53, we have Pilgrim. Now Pilgrim is an open world RPG game where you could craft guns and different armors, and there's a bunch of different biomes to explore through with some very hard bosses to fight too. I definitely recommend everybody try Pilgrim. It's actually a really fun experience. Pilgrim averages about 700 players concurrently, and please give this one a try. With number 54, we have Pokemon Bronze Forever. And if you don't know, Pokemon Bronze Forever is basically Pokemon Brick Bronze, which was a popular Pokemon game on the Roblox platform way once back when, before it kept getting taken down by Roblox. This game is literally just the Roblox Pokemon game, like actually. But it's actually pretty entertaining, and I do recommend giving it a try. If you like Pokemon games, that is. Pokemon Bronze Forever averages about 7,000 concurrent players. Just make sure you save your files, because Roblox does tend to take this game down quite often, but they instantly put the game back up every single time. On to number 55, we got The Time of the Ninja, which actually just came out very recently. The game came out very recently. Now, me personally, I honestly don't see what everybody's enjoying about this game, but if people are having fun, you can have fun too. Time of Ninja is a Naruto inspired game, and in my opinion, it just looks all over the place. Time of the Ninja is currently averaging about 2,000 players, and it costs 25 Robux to gain access into this game. Now, 25 Robux isn't a lot of money, so you can play it honestly whenever you want, but I know some people aren't able to actually access that type of money at all. Good luck. With number 56, we have Black Magic 2. Now, Black Magic 2 is a Roblox fighting game that takes different elements from a bunch of other fighting games, AAA, AA, etc. It's actually very skill based, but Black Magic doesn't update that frequently, and everybody playing Black Magic right now is definitely a tryhard, so honestly you're better off either just playing this with your friends. Black Magic 2 averages about 30 players, and if you're looking for a good fighting skill-based game, Black Magic 2 might be the one for you. With number 57, we have a bit of a different one, Project Bending. Now, Project Bending is basically a Battlegrounds PvP type game, but it's completely different to what you know. Obviously, it's based off Avatar, and you're actually able to bend in really cool and different ways. Like, you can literally take the stack of the rock you've bended and hit them a single. It's pretty cool. Honestly, I do recommend you try it out. Project Bending actually just came out recently. It's very new, and it's said to be updated quite frequently. It's currently averaging about 100 players. For 58, we have RB World 4, or in other words, Roblox Basketball World 4, which in my opinion is a very good game. More recently, it's gone completely free to play, so you can create your custom character and hit the parks, or gather up your friends and play ranked rec in order to level up and gain more attributes and stats for your character. RB World 4 is obviously inspired by NBA 2K, and honestly, it's probably, if not the best basketball game on Roblox. RB World 4 is currently averaging about 300 plus players. Enjoy. And for game number 59, we have Robot 64, which you can honestly see it's inspired by Super Mario 64. Honestly, that's it. However, it takes its own spin on it. It's not just a direct copy. There are a bunch of different modes and maps in this game, and there's cool and unique obstacles that you need to go through. Honestly, I do recommend trying this one out in your free time and actually completing it. It's worth a shot. I definitely recommend this game when you're bored. Robot 64 averages about 100 players, and have fun with that. However, that's honestly all the games we have for today's video. 60 different games to play when you're bored. I know for a fact you haven't played every single one of them, so I definitely do recommend you guys trying out at least 5 of them. Do me at least 5 of them and see if you like them. You're bored, I'm bored, we both have nothing to lose from trying out these different Roblox games. Whether they're your cup of tea or not, you never know what you might like when you actually try it. It's been Revolveragz. If you made it to the end, I love and appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, if this video was helpful to you in any way, shape or form, I definitely recommend hitting the like button. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.